Well, hello, my beautiful Gemini. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for May 2025. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. Now, the frequencies in the earth are changing at this present time. You can all feel it, of course, and what it means is the Tibetan symbols that I usually use may not be as palatable to the ear as they used to be, as we become more sensitive and open to the vibrations around us. So I've sourced a softer frequency to prepare and cleanse your reading. I'm using Gaia chimes to cleanse hourly, so please be mindful to turn down your volume if you are someone who is sensitive to sound, okay? So let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Gemini, this is your monthly reading for May. I can't believe we're here, but here we are. It's come round so fast, and finally we are leaving those horrendous retrogrades and eclipses in the dust. Now, May is mostly calm. I say mostly because we do have, of course, a full moon in Scorpio, but the month of May will actually offer very auspicious vibrations, a steadier pace, and a moment to really breathe with harmonious trines and get centered and focus on what truly makes you feel happy and secure. Now, personally, I am a little bit suspicious that the planetary alignments are presenting as quite calm for the majority of the month. I mean, most people might see this as super positive, and I really do as well. However, we do have that full moon in Scorpio that I mentioned, and it is in opposition to Uranus on the 12th of May. Now, I'm a Scorpio, and if I know one thing, when things go a little bit quiet, something big could be brewing. You know, the beginning of May could literally be the calm before the storm, as this full moon could get a little bit intense and leave you feeling a little bit sensitive. Now, what I mean by that is this moon will help you be more reflective, very deep in thought, so it could raise some challenging emotions, but also it could impede sleep a little bit. So that's what I mean by that alignment there. But the alignments are actually shifting into positions that will pack some punch a little bit later on in the year, especially since heavyweight planet Saturn, ruler of karma, makes a massive shift from the 24th of May into the sign of Aries. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves yet and recognize that we've officially moved into beautiful Taurus season, ruled by Venus. So let's take a moment to enjoy all the positive aspects it will offer us on a personal level, for it really will increase your ability to release pressure, find peace, and really lock on to opportunities that increase and safeguard your wealth, as well as comfort and fun. Now, you may feel inclined to beautify your home during this month, do some DIY, declutter, or revamp with a fresh new color palette, whatever keeps your home feeling like a sanctuary of calm. Plus, Jupiter, my favorite planet of good fortune, moves into your sign, my beautiful Gemini, expanding opportunities for fun, social gatherings, travel, and of course, double the luck, especially if you have important meetings, presentations, or even online businesses that you run. But no matter what you do, the first part of the month shall see you shine and attract, even love if you are searching for someone to share your life with. Now, this month is a perfect time to ground your energy, to embrace your sensual side, and delight your senses with moments of pleasure and leisure. You might feel compelled to get explorative with food this month and develop your kitchen witch or wizard. maybe trying out new recipes. I think they won that card. It's going to pop out. Yeah. Maybe trying out new recipes and prioritizing your health and being more consistent with any routines that really help empower you. Attending festivities, cultural events, and planning vacational getaways to help you really decompress is also starred for this month too. But let's really face facts. Taurus season will keep you focused on your money, offering careful attention to build upon long-term goals and gains, whilst utilizing new technology to keep you on track of your finances, secure or even compound wealth. Stability will really be at the forefront of your mind. Now, you may have a thirst to learn more about financial structures to make your money work for you, whether that's through like professional advice or online courses or even self-help books. It's a great time to save down financial statements as well to confirm your liquidity, whether you have a little or a lot, just in case glitches occur or gremlins meddle in the system. Now, I did mention in April's monthly forecast there would be some power outages, and we did just see a major one happen across Europe. So that's the sort of thing that I mean. It's really just savvy to save down any confirmation of what you have, just in case, there are glitches. You want to be able to prove, what you got there. Of course, there was nothing negative going on with the financial system when that power cut happened, but I just want you to be aware. It's just something that I would personally be cautious of, so I'm just letting you know about it. My guides keep reinforcing the message, and I'm like, I keep saying it, and they're like, just say it again. So I thought I'd mention it there. Now, Taurus season asks you to rebalance, to find natural stillness, connect to the earth so that you don't feel overwhelmed. And of course, nature will actually, I think they want that card. I'm going to put that to the side because, it sort of came out in my hand and it didn't pop out. And I normally only take ones that sort of pop out of the deck. So we'll go again, but I'm leaving that to the side. It's a Two of Pentacles, so it can indicate that you're going to be super busy. But I was mentioning, nature, of course, can really calm the mind. But also this month is all about nurturing relationships with your soul tribe. Now, in terms of world events, and please fast forward this part if you really don't wish to hear it, wait until I show up your first card, and that's the beginning of your reading there. But astrologically, we are repeating a cycle from 1992 right through to 1999. And we only need to look back at that period in time to really understand what we might be destined to experience. For example, 1999 saw the launching of a new currency, the euro. So we may actually hear whispers of a digital currency transition as a soft launch before the big rollout starts to occur. I'm drawn to the financials this month mainly because of Taurus season, and it influences wealth and currency in a big way. Now, we also have Mars, Pluto, and it's an opposition, and it's a cosmic boiling point, which could heavily influence some wild weather in and around the 14th of May. And as Mars actually appears next to the Beehive star cluster, it could actually see some big conversations arise regarding the decline of bees. Catastrophic, of course, in terms of ecosystem disruption. And this is a revolutionary vibration which could see a fight to save the farming industry or put structures in place to make sure that we really kind of focus on saving the bees, for example, for food production and agriculture. Very important there. We'll also continue to see increased seismic shifts. We are in Taurus season, which is an earth element, so we're going to see volcanic eruptions, seismic activity there. And I've mentioned the Ring of Fire numerous times. Two major volcanoes spewing ash close together in date could be a sign of a larger Pacific event to come. Now, my guides gave me a triple earth movement shall affect many. A horseshoe caldera, which burns inside on the Aleutian arc, shall erupt and be a sign. Now, I just love it when my guides give me a conundrum to decode, but perhaps there's something in that to look into that may point to some sort of Pacific event to come there, okay? So I thought I'd mention it. Now, the energies are currently operating to release pressure, both on a global and a personal scale. And on a personal level, this month influences you to pay more attention to your values, your belief system, and of course, your appearance. Sustaining beauty routines and treating yourself with a little something something. So Taurus season reminds you of quality over quantity, and it always offers some form of reward, a bonus, or even prosperity, as it is a harvest month. There's a lot to look forward to, but most importantly, May offers positive expansion, connection with those that you consider dear, and it reinforces the importance of purpose and self-care, whilst opening up portals of opportunity for you to build upon for the future. So let's see what's going on for you personally, my beautiful Gemini. We have the World card, so you're locked onto your goals, okay? And also this card is like you wanting to get more involved. Now, whether that's through community events, or you want to campaign for something, or perhaps you are putting something forward as like a petition, or you could be kind of like trying to get a permit for something, for example. I definitely see here you're integrating yourself a little bit more into your everyday circumstances. The World card indicates that you may also be locked on not just to your goals, but to this sense of where you feel like you belong. I have to say your 6th house is governing you at the beginning of the month, and that's all about daily routines, schedules, and focusing on work or projects, paying bills, saving plans, budgets, repayment plans, and basically your responsibilities and tasks. And that's really going to influence that kind of goal-oriented energy that's coming from the World card. So basically anything that you start, you're going to be tying up loose ends, completing it. You may be looking at things that you already have in motion and kind of like map your progress with that to see how far you are coming with that. Now, of course, the 6th house, sometimes it can feel a little bit dull or boring, like nothing's happening. You're just doing day-to-day kind of tasks and responsibilities. But actually, it's one of the most important houses that keeps your life running smoothly. So, focusing on that will help you align with more fun and getting out there with more adventurous energy later on, because of course the structure of life and keeping things running smoothly is something we build in order to be able to go off and have adventures and do all those other wonderful things. And this card can indicate some of you, either you have a big vacation coming up there, or you may be in the planning stages of it. Some of you may also be thinking about walking away from something completely this month, because this is an ending card, okay? And we have the 8 of Cups there. You're walking away from it for good, perhaps a course correction there, or a change of direction for some of you, or it could be that you're transitioning towards something greater there with that 8 of Cups. Big journey of discovery energy there, letting go and seeking deeper meaning, or seeking like greater authenticity in relationships. Some of you with that Moon energy, there is this kind of like cautious energy, or like worry that you're changing direction or changing your ideas on something. But I actually see that there's nothing to worry about there, because we have the Knight of Swords and we have the Magician card, which tells me that you are doing something in a different way. Okay, so it doesn't mean that you're like finally like leaving something behind for good. It can be like either a shift in perspective, or it can be you approaching something in a different way because you have this sense of clarity of purpose and you're broadening your horizon or your perspectives. So for example, these cards could be that you're deciding to go on a big old vacation somewhere, and you actually want to be going somewhere you've never been before. So it could be that you're kind of like mulling up whether you should go to a place you normally frequent, or whether you should do something different at this time. The 8 of Cups and the Moon card is like, what, let's throw caution to the wind and go somewhere new, somewhere we've never been before, and have an adventure. And I feel like you definitely will have a wonderful time there. Some of you, this could be a detoxifying energy as well. 8 of Cups, you're letting go of something that perhaps has been present in your life for a long time, been really hard to give up there. 8 of Cups, I feel like you take a move away from it. It's just not fulfilling anymore. So we only really make change as human beings when we're truly fed up of something, or we think, what, I've outgrown that, or I've lost my taste for that. So because we have the 8 of Cups, this could literally be something that you digest. You decide to give it up. Detoxing energy. Moon card is a very purifying, ebbing and flowing, maybe something that perhaps tempts you from time to time, because you do have that Devil card there. But I do see with the Two of Coins and the Knight of Swords, you know, you're aware of the temptation to fall back into an old cycle or reach for the quick fix in life. But I feel you actually preempt that temptation and you just don't allow it to happen. You are very strict with yourself. You're making sure that you lock onto something for your highest good and your well-being there as well. Now, I would say with the Moon card and the Magician card here that you are locked onto a goal that you're manifesting, and actually you have a lot of potential to make it work. You're very talented and very creative this month, so I definitely see that you're going to take a lot off your to-do list and you're going to feel really proud of yourself that you got that done. Yes, there are going to be some distractions, especially at the end of the month, so it's about portioning up your time or splitting your time between the two, because, you know, sometimes a distraction, as long as it's fun, can be nice, you know, but I feel for some of you, there's a flurry of activity here where you may have a deadline or there's something that you want to complete and you're aware of distractions. So it could be that you're trying to limit them. You know, sometimes when we cut something out completely, that's when we want it more. So when you have that Eight of Cups there, it can be that you're aware that it's present in your life, but, you know, it's like you're kind of walking away from it because there's something greater, or you're walking towards a wish or something that you desire as an outcome that kind of overrides the temptation to fall back into an old cycle. Because the World card is there, it can indicate that you are closing a chapter of your life, or you are literally like entering a new era, shall we say. You feel lighter in your energy, and yeah, I feel like you're completely aligned with something. The Devil card can actually indicate that you are following your passions, that suddenly you're like, you know what, you're on autopilot. That sixth house is really kind of influencing you, and the mundanity of like focusing on bills and all of those things can be that you want a little bit of fun, a little bit of excess. So it could be at the end of the month there is a potential for you to sort of go out there and really kind of like enjoy yourself. Of course, balance is always important, and variety is a spice of life. So I feel a lot of you could be locking onto your passions and leading towards accomplishing a goal that you've had on your mind for quite some time. Now, the Eight of Cups and the World card with the Moon, for some of you, because the World card can be like rolling contracts or things you have in motion already. And it could be that a contract is coming to an end and you are wondering whether you should renew it. If the service has not been as good as usual, the Moon card can indicate sometimes it has cut out in the past, or you had some problems with that. And you may decide to walk away from this contract or this subscription or whatever it is, maybe even a service provider. You may decide to cut it out for good and find an alternative elsewhere. Now, I hate to say this, but there may be, wherever you go, so for example, if you're deciding to change your water provider, okay, it can be that the transition towards the new provider, there's a slight glitch in setup, okay? I feel it's something you'll have to return to, but once the glitch is kind of like taken care of, then it's smooth sailing from then on. I definitely see that it's a good move for you, but there could be like a slight issue in reconnecting or redirecting, and this could be based on the previous provider not giving the information. So for example, if you're upgrading your cell phone and you are moving your number over to another service provider, for example, there could be a glitch in setting that up initially, and you're like, oh my gosh, you know, this is such a chaos, for example, but everything will be smoothed out and it'll work as normal. But I feel the transition towards it could be bumpy, okay? I hate giving that message, but the Devil card is present, so it can indicate some frustration there with the Knight of Swords. So you may have to double back on something. The Knight of Swords is always going in, you know, the other direction, so I definitely see here that you could return to it, but it will plateau there as well, okay? Now, for some of you, the Eight of Cups, this is all about your personal journey of discovery. You know, this is about you examining where you've been, where you are right now in life and where you want to take life to next. So big philosophical month there for you. And you're walking a path that you feel you ought to walk, not one that you feel other people expect of you. And you've actually come a long way. And whoever walks away on the Eight of Cups normally goes straight into the Nine of Cups. So I would say that you're walking towards more prosperity. I feel you could be with this Eight of Cups kind of like letting go in order to move on to something greater. Some of you, especially with that full moon in Scorpio, this could be a big month to really get closure on a very emotionally sensitive situation. And some of you may even feel like withdrawing at the beginning of the month to really take stock of a situation in order to get this new perspective. And it actually re-empowers you to lock onto something better there for you. I mean, I do see a lot of you are going to be super busy. The Two of Pentacles, you're going to be like multitasking. A lot of you could be trying to tie up loose ends before going on a major vacation. And that's why there's this flurry of activity. Now, the Moon card does indicate you may be a little bit more sensitive than usual. And I would say for some of you, because the Eight of Cups is present, if you're like detoxing or letting go of something or perhaps eradicating something from your diet, this could make you feel a little bit more sensitive as you transition towards, cutting it out completely, for example. Sometimes when we cut something out, initially we feel great and then we start to feel cranky and then we feel great again. So it could be that you're just going to go through that ebb and flow with this energy, but also I feel this is to reharmonize in some way. I mean, the Moon card actually indicates that some of you could be withdrawing from something quietly, whether it's a friendship you feel like you've outgrown or an environment. For some of you, for example, you could be deciding to give in your notice this month. That's something that you will be deciding, not something that is decided for you there. So if you're deciding to, go towards a new opportunity, some of you may be giving in your notice, your resignation, and you may be like quietly looking for opportunities behind the scenes before you actually do this. So I do see that you will get a new role just before you decide to leave. That's what's coming up there. Some of you, a lot of you actually may be thinking about second streams of income. So it could be that you may be moonlighting. So if you're deciding to stay in a role that you're in right now, it could be that you're also wanting to either leave the office, if you work in an office or an establishment, wherever you work, you could be deciding to leave early in order to take on this new role elsewhere. So it could be either you're moonlighting or getting like a seasonal role at this time to build in wealth. For some of you also, this could be that you are deciding to set up your own business, become an entrepreneur. So if you're deciding to change the way that you're dealing with life right now, because the Knight of Swords is literally a lifestyle choice and change. Okay, so it could be that something is changing because you're making it change, because you have all the change cards here, so you're in control of the change. So whether it's you leaving a job, leaving a neighborhood, or like removing yourself from a situation, I feel it benefits you long term, but there could be like a bumpy transition towards, making it happen. And for some of you, if this is like, a friendship or a relationship that you're evolving away from, I feel there is this energy where you could be tempted back to talk to this person, or, part of you wants to believe in the best in the person. But if there is a cycle of repeat here, I feel like you're finally fed up. You're like walking away from this. But there is a moment where this person may say something or send you a message and it triggers you and you're like, oh, maybe I could like resolve this with this person. I feel like you want to give this person the benefit of the doubt briefly at the end of the month, but there's something there where you're like, you know what, actually, this keeps happening and I'm just fed up of a cycle. So I feel like you honor yourself and you walk away from it, or you temper the way that you deal with this, maybe even diplomatically, but I feel like you're empowered and saying enough is enough, okay? Now, the Moon card can also indicate that some of you are actually working on something behind the scenes, in the shadows. And it's something that's locking onto a lot of prosperity here, because we have the manifestation card. So it can be that you have a personal project. This could be a personal self-development project. Could also be that you're learning something in secret in order to upskill or upgrade your personal finances, or enter new pay grades, for example. Or some of you could be working behind the scenes on something that isn't quite ready yet. you could be structuring or, investigating or just working on something that you will build on in the future. So if you're thinking about like a creative project, whether you're a writer, musician, artist, or, whatever it is that you do, maybe even you're trying to set up your own consultancy. It could be something that you're doing behind the scenes that you're not ready to reveal yet. And I actually see that in the month of May, it's still not ready to be revealed, as it were. So I feel this is a month where you're actually working on something and it is close to completion, but I feel you're tweaking it before you decide to reveal it, is what I see. But it's going to be very lucrative and very fulfilling for you, whatever it is, because the Eight of Cups can indicate some of you are doing this because something just feels unfulfilling, or there's a missing ingredient that you're going in search of this month, and I feel like you will find it. There's definitely an opportunity here for you to find that. Now, we do have the Strength card there, and it is a maturity card, and we also have the King of Coins, and we have the Seven of Cups. Because these cards are in the resistance position and there's a person there, this can indicate you may deal with someone who is a little bit immature in their behavior, okay? But I feel this person, they finally see how their actions have consequences, okay? And it could be because you're distancing yourself from this person, or that you are walking away from them and saying, you know what, I'm building healthier boundaries now, and you've crossed a line, and therefore I need to have less of that behavior. Especially if it's toxic with that Devil card there, you are saying enough. So I feel you distancing yourself from this situation can actually make this person really reflect, because the Seven of Cups in the resistance position actually means this person, restores a sense of clarity, or they realize they can't get away with it, okay? So that's something that's coming through there as well. Now, also, for some of you, especially with the Strength card in the resistance position, this can indicate you've been struggling with something, or you're even annoyed with somebody there with that King of Pentacles. If you feel someone is not pulling their weight, this could be someone who you work with, could be a boss. If you've got ideas and they're micromanaging you, or they're trying to pass off your ideas and take credit for them, I feel you could actually surprise them with either like copying someone else in on emails to highlight their behavior, or it could be that you finally decide to leave a position and kind of like teach them a lesson that they lost their best employee, okay, by their actions. So they're going to appreciate you when you're gone, that's for sure, and they missed out, and it'll give them something really to think about. But you're on to bigger and better things, so that's something I see there. If you're someone who's currently out of work and you've been struggling with the job market, okay, I do see an opportunity coming in. I see there is a role. You're actually going to have a choice here. The Knight of Swords, there's something temporary coming in. So it could be a bridging role that you take as a temporary measure to build in finances. Could be freelance work or a freelance opportunity coming on in. And then there is something that is more structured, more stable coming in there as well with that King of Coins. I do see a role that has a lot of status, so it could be a managerial role or a role that has a lot of responsibility. Maybe a lot of administrative tasks attached to this as well, paperwork, sort of things like that, data and like structure is what I see. It's a serious role there, but I actually see that some of you may be able to manage the two because you have a Two of Pentacles there. Okay, so this could be something that you do day to day, for example. It doesn't have to be an office job, but it could be something that is serious and stable and is long term, but there's like a flurry of activity of things behind the scenes. So you could be doing something creative on the side, behind the scenes, as it were. And for some of you, this could be from home because, we have that earthy energy from the Taurian season. So you could be like doing something from the home space, and it could be this secondary amount of money because we have that Two of Pentacles. I mean, whether you are working or not, some of you could be thinking about retirement at this stage because we've got the World card there. So it could be that you're walking away from the working environment and you're feeling a bit cautious about the economic fluctuations that have been going on right now. I mean, looking at the energy, the Devil card can indicate frustration, but also anxiety there. But the Knight of Swords can indicate that things will work out for your highest good, that you're aligned, and that you are keeping an eye on your finances. And the Two of Coins can indicate that, yeah, things will fluctuate, but, balance will occur as well. And you will get into the rhythm of retiring. And actually, it's going to be how you imagined it to be. And you're going to enjoy it. And you're going to feel that you're connected more to your sense of purpose. And you're going to align with, lots more variety in life. Traveling, connecting to people who really resonate with you. I actually feel that you're going to enjoy it. But of course, it's going to throw up some worries and anxieties at first, but I feel like you will always have what you need for the life that you aspire to. So I definitely see that there will be some balancing there, or a plateau. Now, of course, we have the Strength card there, and it will go into the upright position in the middle of the month. So this tells me that, you are going to be very creative. I feel a lot of you are releasing drama, but also you're having the courage of following your heart. And you could release the wild side of yourself this month. And for some of you, because, King of Coins can be that you are like launching a business, becoming an entrepreneur, whatever that means for you. It can literally mean that you're creating something and you'll earn money from it. Even if you're retiring, it could be that you're doing something that you see as a hobby that will bring in extra money, whether it's creative, whether you're writing something or art. For some of you, it could be like, I'm just seeing two things right now, which is like motors, like, motorcycles and, car engines and things like that. So it could be something that you enjoy tinkering with, for example, and it could be something that can still earn money. For some of you also, I'm seeing like model making and things like that. Random, I know that's what's just come up in the water, but perhaps it's something that you're locked on to doing. Someone out there might be connecting to that. But what I see here is you kind of like facing your finances this month, because of course Taurus season makes us look at our finances. And I feel with that King of Coins energy, with it in the resistance position at first and going into the upright, I feel like you really take charge of your finances. Some of you may be looking at compounding wealth with that Two of Pentacles. I mean, I really get this sense that you could have many fingers in many pies, or money from second streams. This could be something that you earned in the past, a royalty or residual, or even a rebate in tax coming in here as well. And for some of you, if you are working in a company, there could be in the works, it feels very secretive. So there's a process here. You may be told about an opportunity coming up for a promotion, but you may not be able to talk about it because I'm being given the word embargo. So perhaps it is something that will be actioned a little bit later on. But there has to be a process here. So it could be that there's interviews in-house, but also out-house for this role. Looking at the energy here, I feel for some of you, with the Knight of Swords, this role will be offered to you, but there may be something else that captures your attention that you want to negotiate a better deal in, or perhaps there's another role elsewhere that you may feel is better for you, because I feel like you got options this month, okay? Now, taking work and money out of the equation, this is a card of, as you mature, you're learning more about self-care and your body's needs. And the King of Coins can be that you are investing in your body, mind, and soul. You're serious about implementing long-term structures that benefit you and your health, okay? So I'm definitely seeing you like locking onto the earthy aspects of life. But also I feel a lot of you are working hard to make life work for you. And there's a lot of reward here for you. This is a card of attracting more prosperity and better health, and, basically taking charge of your life and manifesting all that you desire. It's like reaping the rewards of sustaining and maintaining, because this is a card of maintaining your life. And I definitely see here that you are manifesting something that is going to come in quite quickly at the end of the month. You need to be flexible for this, because it comes like left field. It's almost like you want it and you've wanted it for a long time, and you didn't expect it to show up, but then suddenly it arrives, and you're going to be locked onto that. Now, also, this card can indicate that you are locked on to your tasks and responsibilities. This can be that life is serious, okay? And you are focused on administrative tasks like emails, text messages, especially if you've been avoiding a conversation or avoiding writing that email or whatever it is, you're going to face it this month. You're going to find the exact words that you need to articulate how you feel and basically win the situation over. So it could be that if you're negotiating a better deal, or you have something you need to say to a person who you feel is not holding up their end of the bargain, or it's just not working, whatever it is, I feel like you have the courage of your convictions to face this head on this month. I mean, maybe diplomatically, but I feel it will work out in your favor there as well. Now, also, we have the Seven of Cups. Now, the Seven of Cups, for some of you, I am getting this energy that if you're connected romantically to a person who is not investing in a relationship, you know, who's a little bit inconsistent, who has, I would say, commitment issues. Okay, I'm just going to say it. They're emotionally unavailable at this time. I would say here with this World card, you're like ending this. You're walking away from this. This is like going nowhere and you're fed up of the cycle of repeat. So I would definitely say that you'll be talking to someone new. I feel like you manifest someone new into your life, someone who starts off very physical, intense in nature. There's a lot of flirtation, a big frizz on there. And I feel it could go either way. It depends on what you're looking for, really. But I do see that you'll be talking to someone new where there can be a long-term relationship with this person. Very exciting person. This person's always on the go. They're super busy, but they make time for you because you matter. So a lot of you could be releasing a person that you feel is going nowhere with that relationship, and you lock on to meeting someone new. But I feel it's important to give yourself time, space, and breath to get over that other person that you're releasing. And, I feel like you're going to take it a little bit slower with your next person, because the Two of Pentacles is there, which means balance. You know, the Knight of Swords and the Devil card can indicate that there is a passionate, intense, and magnetic feel to this new person who's coming in, and it feels like it's all consuming and could go pretty quickly. And, you know, sometimes things that go too quickly can fizzle out just as quick. So with that Two of Pentacles, there is a nice balance there as well. Now, the Seven of Cups on a personal level can indicate you have a lot of opportunity coming your way. And this card reminds you that what you can see in your mind, you can have in your hand, because this is about you allowing your visualizations to lock onto the things that you desire. Now, if you know the Seven of Cups, there is a figure in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot looking at a situation and making a choice. I want that one, I want that one, and I want that one. So this is about you being serious about your options and really allowing yourself to dream about the possibilities. And when you tap into that power of possibility over doubt, then you'll start to see things start to manifest in your life, because something is happening for you, especially at the end of the month there with that Knight of Swords. And, you know, it is something that comes in. Knights tend to be goal getters and goal setters. And I feel like you could be locking onto something that's very exciting, and, you know, you'll going to be really proud of yourself. This is you being successful either in a career or a personal development project. There's some sort of news here that sees a breakthrough where you did this, you know, so you will really congratulate yourself and be proud of everything that you accomplished there. But I do see some options coming in, options for more wealth, or, you know, locking onto a really smart strategy where your hard work is paying off and you're going to enjoy, you know, a life of luxury, or you're going to enjoy the benefits of your wisdom and your actions and your strategy. A lot of you could be like moving away from something in order to save more. So, for example, if there's something that you have as a habit, because the Devil card can be like a habit. It can be that you're actually tempering that habit or cutting it out so that you don't spend money on that habit, and, you know, detoxifying, things like that. I'm only mentioning money a lot this month because Taurus season is all about money, acquisitions, and success and opportunity and possessions, of course. So a lot of you with that manifestation card here, this is about locking on to the power of possibility and utilizing your energy levels to really, you know, make an impact in your life and make progress. So the power of the mind is so important, and what you can see in your mind, your visualizations. This is a call with the moon card to romance your life a little bit more, to lock onto the things that bring you joy, to search for that missing ingredient. And once you've tapped into that, whenever someone says to you, manifestation is important, you see the vision, but it's also how you feel about the vision. You can imagine yourself as a superstar, if that's what you want to be, for example, but it will not show up as readily as you visualizing it and then feeling how it feels like you got it now. That excitement, that empowerment, that gravitas, that sense of creativity and, channeling all this wonderful idea. And, you have to lock onto the emotions of it, and you are in your emotions deeply this month as well. So I would say this is a great month for you to tap into the lifestyle that you desire to lead, and you will accomplish that, okay? There's some really great news for you at the end of the month, but it may make you think, because you have to make a decision. And with that Devil card energy, it can make you feel a little bit anxious about the decision you're about to make. I want you to be aware with that Two of Pentacles that you get the best of both worlds somehow. So you're making the right decision on whatever it is. Okay, now your first house is governing you at the end of the month, and that's all about your sense of self, identity, and this is number one in the major arcana cards. So I would say, you are prioritizing your own needs this month, but also some of you may be looking at what makes you unique, and that can actually transfer into many different areas. If you're going for an interview, you are noticing what you have to offer that other candidates do not have to offer, okay? You're believing in yourself, you're backing yourself there. And for some of you, this can be you recognizing how unique you are when you're attracting someone who you want to be as a loyal mate for the rest of your life, okay? But also a lot of you, this is about you standing out from the crowd this month. Even if you like to operate behind the scenes, I feel like you may express yourself through, your clothes or your style. You may change or revamp a style, enhance what you have already there. And a lot of you, your first house, because the world is present there, it can make you really reflect on a soul-searching level of where you feel like you belong in the world. Some of you may be thinking about migrating. You could be deciding to go overseas or looking for opportunities abroad. You may be migrating a business, or if you're retiring, it could be that you're thinking about the country that you want to retire to. Some of you could be like locking on to real estate opportunities abroad, or even real estate opportunities, further afield from where you live right now. So this is a big month for you to really look at anything that you're unhappy with, walk away from it, and change your life for the better. And I definitely see that great things are on the horizon for you. I do see that this is a busy month, especially at the end of the month for you there, but I feel like you are making things happen. You're making your dreams become a reality. And there's a flurry of activity here with this Knight of Swords because you're locked onto your sense of purpose. And I feel you're going to swiftly move towards something that is going to be so positive, and good luck is assured, especially since, we have the wonderful Jupiter making some big moves in your sign, okay? So, when you have this card in particular, it can indicate you overcoming a struggle or a battle, being successful in that, but also it can indicate that you're in two minds about something and you need to confront it. So I would say that the time has arrived where you've thought about something, and now it's time for action. I feel you could be making a decision, and that Devil card can indicate that you're a little bit nervous about the decision that you have to make. But intuitively, because you have the Moon card there, you're making the right decision for you. Okay, so I would say it's like on the cusp of May into June that this decision needs to be made. And that Two of Pentacles, I kind of see this as not compromising. I see it as you getting the best of both worlds in this decision, okay? And it looks like you have two options or two choices because all the cards point to a duality here for you. And I feel like either one that you choose, it's going to be a great option for you, and it will develop even further in the future. Now, a lot of you could be learning to articulate your needs from a very healthy place. Your throat chakra is clear, okay? And I feel that you are basically telling it how it is, okay? you may tell it how it is diplomatically, but still you're honest, you're direct, and you're on point this month. So I'm really excited about how things are going to transpire for you. You know, the Knight of Swords can indicate some of you decide to write a blog or get connected in some way to an online chat forum or get more involved in the community. For some of you, this is definitely travel. Quick trips, maybe little getaways there, road trips, for example, but also it could be you investigating places of where you feel like you should belong. So it could be that you're going further afield and frequenting different areas this month. It's definitely going to be a bit of an adventure there as well. But I feel like you have the courage of your convictions. You know, you set your goals, you set these tasks, and they are you reaching for something. And I definitely see like upgrades here. I feel like you're reaching for something really special and you're going to accomplish it. Now, I would say this Devil card is there to highlight that you may feel the fear. You may feel the anxiety of change because change is afoot for you in this month and you're in charge of these changes. And you feel that perhaps you don't want to misstep. Nobody does. But I feel like you're overriding a fear and you're going for it. And whatever it is, it's going to work out better than you thought. And, you know, things balance out for you. But let me just check what this Devil card is for you, because the Knight of Swords can be that you're cutting something out, detoxifying, and it just helps you be clearer with things, you know, no brain fog, you're seeing things in a more clear sense, embracing new ideas, helping you with personal growth there as well. And if you've been going through a testing time, I definitely see that things get corrected, as it were. Let me just clarify. We've got Three of Swords here and the Queen of Cups. Now, the Devil card can indicate that you put a lot of pressure on yourself because you care. Okay, when you care about something, whether it's a goal, whether it's a person, whether it's a way of life, whether you're protecting something or standing up for something or challenging something because you feel it is right and it aligns with your belief system, that's when it hurts. Okay, you got the Three of Swords there. So this can indicate that caring with that Queen of Cups, it hurts. And, you know, sometimes you'll feel the pressure of trying to make something happen because you care so much, but it will work out in your favor. You're backing yourself and it will happen for you. Also, the Three of Swords can indicate that you may be frustrated or annoyed with someone. There could be a miscommunication there with that Three of Swords, especially with the Queen of Cups there. I did mention earlier that this could be someone that you have a lot of time for. This could be a friend or a person that you were in a relationship with and you just feel like something is off, or you feel that they're not pulling their weight in the relationship. Three of Swords can be a really challenging conversation that has the potential to really wound. But the Queen of Cups is there, which highlights there's empathy, there's compassion, and you're erecting healthier boundaries and saying, look, this keeps happening. I'm not allowing it to happen again. So you give this person time and breath to really recognize how their actions have consequences, and they get to step up or step out. You know, you are not chasing this person or the situation any longer. Now, the Three of Swords can also indicate the struggle that I was mentioning there, and the Queen of Cups can indicate that something is offered to you, because the Queen of Cups has the samovar and the chalice there, which is like she's looking at what she has to offer, because she is a gift, right? And it's like you want reciprocity there. And the Two of Pentacles is reciprocity. So it can indicate that holding out for what you truly deserve and desire can sometimes make you feel anxious, or can, hurt. It can be like a struggle. But if you're disciplined with it and you really trust your intuition and your hunches, because the moon is all about your hunches there, you will get the best of both worlds. The opportunities shall be yours. Also, I feel a lot of you, because swords are all about thoughts and the mind, there could be a flurry of activity in your mind with the Devil card there at the end of the month of something that was challenging. You know, in order to put a cycle to bed or close a chapter or get closure on something, sometimes we have to reflect on it to really process it and let it go. So you could be in a very sensitive mindset this month where you really like not gloss over, but do a deep dive emotionally into something in order to say, you know what, finally I'm over that. It no longer has, you know, control over my future happiness there. Now also, I see an invitation coming in for you at the end of the month, but you may need to reschedule something in order to do it. There is this sense of duty over something that you love. I feel like you're going to be able to do the both, okay? It may be hard to make both, whatever both are. So it could be an important meeting and going out with your friends, and it can be that they coincide, but you can do both. But it may require extra effort there at the end of the month. So that's coming through there as well. Now we have the Two of Pentacles, so this is stabilizing your money. It's also getting into the rhythm of life, and it can be that you're juggling things at the end of the month there, but I do feel that you managed to get a lot done. You know, the Two of Pentacles can also indicate moving money around in order to pay bills on time, so just watch out for that. Seven of Cups, strength. I don't see anything negative regarding finances there. I mean, I feel that the bills that you pay are bills that you know about, so that's no surprise there. But this Two of Pentacles energy can indicate that, you know, you managed to save a little bit, but also put a little bit out there for pleasure and bills and all of those things. I mean, Two of Pentacles basically means that you're adapting to something, but also finding the balance between working on projects or reinvesting in yourself, but also finding the pleasure in life there as well. And if conditions are changing, because I do see a lot of change here for you, and this could be that you're in a changeable mood because you have that Seven of Cups, and that's your prerogative. You know, you are sourcing variety because it is the spice of life, but you're going to see things develop in really unexpected ways this month for the better. And I feel the universe is shaping things up for you to come and giving you what you need, but also what you desire. One way or another, when you have a Two of Pentacles, your dreams start to manifest in the material world. And I definitely see here that you're switching gears in some way, and you're fully present in the excitement of creating something that you're eager to experience. And there may be some surprises that occur, but I feel like more than anything, they're good ones, okay? I mean, I do see that your money kind of stays the same, but there is the potential for a promotion, maybe even like a small increase in finances, maybe in alignment with inflation there. But ultimately, you know, I feel a lot of you are investing in self, prioritizing your own needs, and really cutting out the distractions, the main ones that prevent your progress. So we've got higher forces, we've got invention. A lot of you could be like reinvention as well there, whether that's through style or a look. For some of you, it could be that you're reinventing your life, revamping something there, reviving something, a project perhaps. But we've got higher forces, so this indicates that you're protected and redirected at this time. And a lot of you are soul searching for something. You may feel like you are kind of like not bereft or drifting. I feel like you're locked onto your goals, but you may not know how you're going to get there, but I feel trust the process because you're going to get there, that's for sure. And there's some really great news. Something being offered to you is what I see. I mentioned that with that Queen of Cups, you know, you being a gift, there has to be reciprocity. Something's being offered to you that you really care about, that you're passionate about. And the Devil card is like, do not hold yourself back. You know, with the Strength card, it's like release your passions, release the inner wild beast within you and explore life on a different level. But it says here, communicating with other realms, help from higher dimensions, and divine protection. So a lot of you could be developing your manifestation abilities this month, as I mentioned there, but also it could be your spiritual gifts. If you're someone who wants to learn about scrying or tarot or remote viewing, or some of you could be just doing like meditation or yoga, Pilates, and, you know, breaking through a glass ceiling and moving on to upgrade to the next level, as it were, which is really going to help you body, mind, and soul. We've also got invention. So as I mentioned, it feels like you're doing something that's ongoing at this time. So you could be inventing something or creating something at this time that's ongoing, but it will come to a natural close and be very successful indeed. It doesn't always have to be a project or anything related to money. It can be a personal development that you're going through right now, and you're going to see evidence of change there. But we've got great power of thinking and reasoning, creativity and great ideas, and finding the answers. So I would definitely say this is a great month to make progress there on things that you've been thinking about. And that's why it's so important, you know, the power of the mind. Thoughts become things. So we've also got offering, okay? And it says here, you have something to offer. an offer or a proposal will be made, and to give and receive. And you have that Two of Pentacles. That's the give and take of life. Okay, so I would say that you've been giving so much of yourself to a situation. The universe is delivering something that gives back, a reward in some way. But also you're going to see more reciprocity in friendships and relationships. But sometimes it takes you stepping back in order to allow them to reflect on their behavior and where they have been taking and not giving back. So perhaps that's something that you're dealing with that Eight of Cups there. So I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a rune before we close. Okay, we've only got one rune there, and this is a lovely rune. It is the Birch rune, which is all about becoming. But most importantly, this is all about purifying. So a lot of you could be detoxing. For some of you, this could transpire like you moving things around in your home to create more space or a look of more space, or, you know, just flinging open your windows to allow new energy and air to come passing through. But also it could be you birthing a project, or, you know, becoming the best version of yourself there. This can also indicate that you're a great parent, okay? And if you have been dealing with a challenging teenager or some challenging dynamics there, I feel like there could be a really honest, open, raw conversation where both parties see each other and what they're dealing with, and there could be some sort of like harmony that comes into balance because of that challenging conversation there as well. Okay, so I will leave that there. I hope something resonates in that reading for you, my beautiful Gemini. Thank you so much, and love and light.